All men of impact are seekers of solitary places and moments. They are men of deserts, men of wilderness, men of mountains, men of hills, men who are always hunting and panting after separation to be with God. A man's ministry can never have value in the public without having a time of separation with God. Real voices are made in quiet places. Real voices in ministry are made in quiet places. Before the voice of John the Baptist was heard, he was in the deserts. Luke chapter 1 verse 80. He was there in the desert until his appointed time. Real public image is developed in secret places. No one ever become great in ministry without the practice of seclusion, of separation, spending quality time with God on a daily basis, night and day, in the desert, night and day, in his room, seeking the face of God, getting connected with God so he can flow to people around him. Really, ministry is an outflow of the inflow of God into us. You cannot flow out to people what God has not flowed into you. Unfortunately, we get too much in a hurry to flow out to people, instead of waiting for God to fill us up so we can flow out what he has filled us up with to the people around us. As I said earlier, if all you know is to walk with God, you don't know how to preach, you don't know how to do something else, anything you do makes impact on people by reason of the flow of the grace of God in your life. Now look at Moses, for instance. Moses was known as a man connected to Mount Horeb. His first encounter with God was at Mount Horeb. In Exodus chapter 3 verse 1, the Lord appeared unto Moses at Mount Horeb. Get on to chapter 34 from verses 1 to 6. God specifically demanded separation from him. One thing God demands from all of us is separation. God said to him, Moses, get ready. Come to the mountain. Come in the morning. Come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai and present thyself there to me at the top of the mount. And look at the condition God gave. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout at the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds feed before the mountain. God wanted privacy with him. God will always take us into the secret place so we can make impact in the public places. I have never seen any man who made impact in the public who was not before a man in the secret place with God. God said, Moses, you come on here. Stay with me on this mountain. Let no man be there. Because of the impact I want to make in your life before you can make impact in the lives of people around you. Think about Elijah. He was a man synonymous to Mount Carmel. 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 19 and 20. He called all the prophets to meet him at Mount Carmel. In 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 25, the same Carmel was repeated. Chapter 4 verse 25, he was always there. And when he has stayed on the mountain, coming down is coming down with great impact. No minister of the gospel ever sustained impact in ministry if he loses his walk with God. Think about John the Baptist, as I mentioned earlier. He was there in Luke chapter 1 verse 80. He was there on the mountain until the day, he was there in the desert until the day of his showing unto Israel. What is revealed to you at time of separation with God is what determines what you can show to the world.